Welcome to a new series on my channel called Showing the Love, where I'm going to be featuring other crafters' YouTube channels, but with a bit of a difference. I'm not going to be reviewing the ones that, everybody knows, the ones that have thousands of followers. Instead, I'm going to be reviewing those who have less than 500 followers. This is an idea that's very much being started and promoted by Tracy Fox of ElizaDayJournals. She constantly encourages people to post links to those with few followers who deserve to be better known. So building on that, I'd like to start once a month shooting a video where I review a number of crafters who I really think deserve to be better known than they are, providing links to them and to their work and encouraging you all to follow along with me. The first step in the series is February and June from New Zealand. Run by Lilia, the channel currently has 7 videos and 166 subscribers and has been around for just 3 weeks. That said, she's already running a giveaway which tells you something about the kind of person that she is. If you fancy a certain Saturday, it closes on the 19th of July. Her work is gorgeous. I really like in particular this Shadow of the Moon journal, which is very different from anything I've seen elsewhere. I like that she's not afraid to use darker colours and pages. There's a full flip through on her channel if you'd like to see more of this journal. This is a picture of the front page of her personal journal, which tells you a little bit more about her personal style. And I really like how she's used embroidery in the window. Now this is something that seems to be sort of really taking off at the moment in junk journaling, the use of embroidery in journals, whether you're talking printed digital versions or actual embroidery on cloth or on paper. Now I'm not sure which one this is, but I kind of hope that it's proper embroidery that she's done herself because I just think it's beautiful. Again, there's a full flip through on YouTube, although these particular pictures were taken from her Instagram account. No tutorials there, but hopefully that's just a matter of time because I think her work is great. It's so detailed. You take a look at her faux stamps video, which is all about working within a really tiny space, size of a large postage stamp, and you'll see what I mean. She has a lovely self-deprecating sense of humour as well. She has an Etsy store, which has a few things in it, including that lovely Shadow of the Moon journal, and also an Instagram account, which is worth following, I think, because there's tons of inspiration there. I have links to all of Lydia's work are in the description box below, and I really encourage you to go and have a look at her videos, especially that lovely Shadow of the Moon flip through. Next up is FabricLaceInkPaper by Michelle from Canada, only just scraping in under the subscriber limit at 494 at the time I did all the research for this, which was last Sunday. May well be over by now. Michelle has been active for over a year, at least as a YouTuber. You get the feeling that she's actually been crafting for far longer than that. You get more of an idea of her style from her Instagram than you do from her YouTube. Seems to be particularly fond of more sort of boho gypsy style of journal, lots of lovely bright colours, but she got other styles as well, and like Lydia, she really pays attention to her details. As you look at her most recent video, also tickers, I will say that. I am particularly enamoured of what she did with the spines of her Christmas journals. She's having the buttons set in the spines as she's done. You can see in this picture here, makes it look like Christmas baubles, which is a lovely touch and I am totally stealing this idea of my Christmas journal when I come to make it this year. Michelle also had a really active Pinterest board. For those of you who are avid Pinteresters, it's definitely worth a follower because there will be so much in the way of inspiration there. Her videos are generously informative, chatty and light-hearted, a style that I think will appeal to many, and she definitely deserves more subbies than she has. Go and check her out. The next to be reviewed is PapercraftsArts by Nancy from Ohio. Nancy has been on YouTube for around 2 years or so and had 146 subscribers when I did the research for the video. Her style seems to be very much vintage, pale colours, which I find quite lovely. Have a look at the Avery if you want a good glimpse of her style. A real shame that she wasn't able to film a flip through of that video, but the photos that she posted in the video give a real good idea of it. I also love her lavender journal. It has a lovely vintage French feel to it, the style that I actually really adore. I don't know if that was deliberate, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It carried the colours throughout beautifully, so cream, pinks and lilac colours. If you're a fan of Amity Bloom, you'll like this. Just lovely. Her most recent video, which is a tutorial on a mini journal necklace, explains the process really well, and it starts with the most useful of things, an equipment list. It's amazing how many tutorials actually totally miss this out, but it's so handy if you're following along because you can grab everything while the tutor is talking and then you're ready to go. I like too that she takes the time to explain how to use embossing ink and powder instead of just assuming that you know. I hope Nancy does more tutorials if they're going to be of this quality. Please do continue with them, Nancy, if you're ever listening to this. She also has Instagram and Pinterest. Now, I don't really do Pinterest. That's a rabbit hole too far for me. But I followed her on Instagram for inspiration. And if you're an Instagrammer, I definitely recommend that you do the same. She's one to watch, is Nancy. Quite why she isn't better known is a mystery, but hopefully this will help to change that. Next up is ElizaDayJournals, presented by Kylie from Australia. So the craft of that, according to her introductory video, had been active for around 20 years, although she's only been posting on YouTube for several months. I really recommend watching her introductory video, by the way. I think it's just great. One of the things I like most about that video is her background. She's filming against a couple of craft mats, you know. Let me just get it for you. That kind of thing. And you know, it's great, but it's covered in paint and stuff. I mean, mine is completely clean because I don't paint on this. I paint on that. But you know, it's fabulous because you really get a feel for the real person. I really like that she's done that. And I think sometimes, and you know, I'm guilty of this myself, there's this urge to strive for Instagrammable, worthy perfection. And you know, so often when we do flip throughs, we have nice backgrounds, we put flowers and things on, and sometimes, you know, just forget all that, just show it as it is, to show you as you are. She's had the courage of her conviction to present herself as she is. She's just herself, which is just lovely. And scrolling through the more recent entries, I can see it's exactly the same background. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, bravo Kylie, please keep doing it. Her style is very much vintagey, nature-based, lots of botanicals, lots of butterflies, that sort of thing. I also noticed she seems to have a particular liking for Pride and Prejudice. Colin Firth, Mitchell Darcy, I see you. Her videos are chatty in style with a lot of craft with me offerings, the kind that are ideal for popping on to craft along with. I mean, surely I'm not the only one that does that. She has a lot of lovely visitors in her Etsy shop that are worth a look at. Her new tour's paper pack will be particularly useful, I think. And the vintage book oddities collection is delightful. Go get it. Worth a browse. Subscribe to her channel so the next time you're crafting, you can craft along with her. 20 years of experience is not to be missed out on. The last offering is somebody I've actually known and followed for a while. I actually kind of met her over on Izzy B's Facebook group. We seemed to get started at around the same time. As you can see from the image, I'm already a subby of Michelle Landry created Cottage studio from New Hampshire in the United States, and she has 188 other followers. It's not enough. Come on. Her first video uploaded 3 months ago was a flip through, a video that she was gifting to a friend with a focus on New Jersey and the beach called Jersey Girl. But more than that, at the beginning of the video, she takes the time to talk for a while how she thinks that you should personalize journals when you're trying to give them to a specific person, whether it's a gift or you've been hired to actually make a journal for somebody. She explains how to create the kind of listing so that you can really personalize it, and the importance of that for stimulating the person you're giving it to write into it. So I think this video is worth watching for that alone, personally. But then you get drawn into her engaging, sort of easy style of presentation. She's a teacher, it shows. She does, however, flip through journals quite quickly, and I suppose if anything, I wish that she just slow down a fraction so that I get to linger on each page for just a little bit longer. But then I guess that's what the pause button is for. It's difficult to get a hang on Michelle's style because the journals that she's posted so far have been gifts for other people, for her mom, her sister, her friend, rather than for herself. So the style is made to match them rather than her. But she's very eclectic with her papers. Her choice of papers seems to favour the sort of chunky monkey style of journal, stuffing it to the gills with ephemera. I love her Tea With Me series. It's fabulous, it's unique, and it's totally Michelle. It's another one for popping on when you get on with your own crafting. I'm really seriously thinking about sending her some tea to try. She had tutorials as well. If you've ever fancied working with polymer clay, she had 2 tutorials on that, for example, like these lovely book charms, and they are worth watching to learn from. As you might expect from somebody who actually teaches for a living, they are really rather good. On Instagram, you get more of a hint of her crafting activities outside of YouTube, or perhaps it would be more accurate to say you get glimpses of what she's producing while she's working on them. So, for example, this lovely image eventually appeared in her lap book, and at other times she posted images of smaller projects that she's worked on, such as this one, by using templates from EasyBee Crafts Creations. In fact, she has 2 Instagram accounts. The other one is linked to her business, but I think it's just as interesting if you want inspiration from your Instagram, like I do. One thing I haven't mentioned so far is Etsy. Now, that's quite deliberate. She doesn't have one. In fact, she doesn't sell her journals at all, as far as I know. In fact, what she does do instead is does classes in how to make them. If you read her about page, you'll see that this has actually been a long-standing ambition of hers to be an art teacher. So if you're in the area and you think this is you can get together a group of your friends and have a class in how to actually make a journal, then this is definitely an option for you. Sadly, she's going to come over to England. If you like Michelle's work, you won't be able to buy it. Instead, you'll have to make it, which means you'll have to follow her. Right? Not a bad thing to go for it. That's it for today's Showing the Love. I really hope this series takes off. I'd like to continue doing this, featuring people with less than 500 followers, try and help them get a little bit more in the way of attention. So many wonderful artists out there, and thanks to the way that social media firms manipulate the ranking, many of them just don't get the attention that they deserve. I mean, we all know this. So, share the love. Follow these guys. All the links and the information that you need is in the box below. I mean, come on, you all know the deal by now with links and information. Go down, get clicking. If you have a channel with less than 500 followers and you'd like to be reviewed, or you know somebody who you think should feature in this series, please do leave a comment below. I'm not going to make any guarantees about actually providing a review for you. I'm in the final months of writing my PhD thesis, and that had to take priority, I'm afraid. But I would love to hear from people. If you have less than 500 followers and you want to be reviewed, then please let me know. So, until next month, bye for now. Go on, scroll down, get clicking.